Welcome everybody to episode 44, can you believe it, of the Spen and Nick show. This week we're going to be talking about being a hypocrite and also tech addiction. So let's get into it.
So Nick, when you said being a hypocrite, you basically mean you, right? Not me. I'm not a hypocrite.
No one's pointing fingers.
Where is this going?
Nobody's pointing fingers, but let's point the fingers now. No. The fingers are pointing this way. They're pointing this way. They're pointing this way.
No, I think it's to me as well. Let's explain what we're talking about.
Exactly. So we've created a lot of content where we've talked about, or we've shared what the technology is that we're using it. But then we've also said straight after and gone, well, actually, don't worry about the technology. It's got nothing to do with it. But then in the background, secretly, we're still buying more technology. So what's going on with that? How can we possibly saying that tech doesn't matter but still be buying loads of tech? So that's why I'm saying that we're massive hypocrites. And I think this is a thing that is not only something that we're experiencing. We both spend probably a lot more time on YouTube watching these kind of tech videos than we'd like to admit. And we are totally kind of on this addiction. And we're saying that it's not a big thing, or the idea that having technology isn't so important, you should just be making stuff with it and creating. That's what it's all about, and telling stories. But we're not, because we're spending a lot of time not telling stories, watching these YouTube videos, obsessing about what stuff to buy next. We're buying all these cameras, doing all these things. We're massive hypocrites. I just wanted to say that. I feel better now, having said it, actually. So I just wanted to share that with everybody.
That's a powerful thing. It's cathartic and it's empowering. But I like to make reference to a conversation we had earlier. We probably talked for way too long. It was probably 20 minutes, half an hour about the difference. And we don't know these things, but what we think are the differences between a full frame cameras and this is how much we don't know. We don't even know I don't even know what the acronyms are. I think it's APC-S or APS-C, something like that. The different frames, and like whether it's better to get a full frame, whether it's better to have whether we should be shooting in 4K, whether we should be shooting in 1080p, whether actually YouTube, because of the compression, all of this stuff, which is totally not a conversation we would have ever had before. We're starting to have those conversations because we're watching this content on YouTube. Obviously, like, this is all clouded under the guise of trying to make better quality stuff for you people, but actually it's a little bit of an addiction. And here's a bit of a quick story for you to kind of bring this. I used to have this massive addiction to tech. All the gear, like I was obsessed about the gear and actually didn't do that much creation. I was a sound engineer, record producer. I used to make a lot of music, a lot of electronic music, but also a lot of stuff for bands. And actually I probably collected this. The studio I had was incredible. I think I had at one point maybe 18 different keyboard synthesizers. I had a 72 channel mixing desk in my attic studio in my home. I had all of these rack mounted systems, all of these monitors, like the best things you could have. It was absolutely bonkers. Got completely way out of hand. I wouldn't have even had enough time in the day to play each of those instruments, let alone actually make use of them and make some good quality stuff. I had a proper tech addiction. Now, Himo's dragging me into this area of content.
You had it, but you haven't mentioned that you got over it properly.
I got over it, yeah, and it took a long time. And actually, it meant me turning my back on a lot of that stuff that I used to do completely. I sold everything, and the stuff that I've got now and we've got going on is building up completely from scratch. I think I had like 15 different microphones, like valve mics that were this big. And eventually I had to get rid of it all and completely like detox. I had to go cold turkey. Like I wasn't allowed any gear. I didn't allow myself any gear in the house for a little while. Not that gear. Different kind of gear, but yeah, and I got over it and focused on other things.
And I think now I've gone through a similar thing as well. So I feel your pain because I play the drums, and I remember, and I studied at university. I was playing hours and hours and hours a day, every day, always thinking about the technology, like the equipment. I had the most beautiful drum workshop kit. Like all the, I had another nice Tama kit, all this stuff. But again, all the gear, no idea. Even I could play, but still, you get too caught up in the technology and you don't like really focus on the storytelling and using it right. But it's so fun just being able to actually just make sure that you just do build stuff and not worry about the tech as well sometimes. So actually going back to the drums, I haven't played for about 5 years, and I was at my nephew's I was around at my nephew's house last week. He's just 6 years old, so it's not his house. It's obviously my sister's and her partner's house. But he's just got a drum set that he's been given, and a little one that's just got a bass drum with no pedal, but it's got a tom, a snare drum, and a little kind of cymbal that you can bess about with. And I was just playing it. I didn't care about the equipment. I was just enjoying it. I haven't played for years, and it was just so much fun. Let's put that in this. I've got a video of me playing it.
Get the B-roll. We're even thinking about B-roll constantly now as well. That's something we never did before. Yeah. But I think here's the thing, right? And I think this whole, maybe, there's a little bit of hypocrisy. We're saying you don't need all this gear, you don't need all this equipment, and you don't. And that's totally how we started. We started literally shooting on a phone. In fact, I'm still shooting on my phone right now, or I'm thinking about getting a camera. We're at that point, I think, where starting to take this a bit more seriously. I consider myself now to be, I consider this process that we're going on to start to be more moving into the kind of creator space. We want to create quality stuff. We want to create lots. It's about quantity. It's about consistency for us, but it's also about improving that quality metric as well, and trying to improve how we look and what we can do and how we sound and all that stuff as well.
To because we've said we're hypocrites now, but also to kind of put it more in context as well, though, is that we still have produced 44 episodes of this in less than a year. So we've been consistent. We've done at least one of these a week. There's something to say that, maybe it should be okay that we can think a little bit about the tech side of things, because we're doing the work. We're producing videos. And I think more than ever, we're enjoying the process of producing the videos. But I think we're also enjoying the process of looking at the technology as well and having the conversations and having no clue, but still having a good time.
I think we're really fortunate here that we've both been through this before. We've both kind of got heavily into the tech and the gear before, and we kind of know, I think, I'm definitely more reluctant to go full steam ahead and go, burn it all and just go for everything and go all in. I'm definitely getting there. And we're definitely going to be all in on our content creation. In fact, we're borderline right now. We're creating a lot of content, a lot of videos, a lot of Instagram carousels, daily carousels. We're doing blogs, we're doing mail outs. We're doing all of this stuff, which is all about great content. But actually, there's a little bit of history. We've got a bit of experience. So I think it's okay.
I think it's okay. Because one of my mates, Wale, shout out to Wale, he asked me, how you doing, mate? I said, well, I just got a camera. He said, what one did you get? I said, an EOS R. He said, whoa, you've invested a lot in equipment. I said, burn the boats. We're going to war. There's no way back. Failure is not an option. 4 punches, right back at you. You know what I mean? That was my attitude. All in, let's do this. So
I agree with all of that, apart from the
the
4 punches necessary.
It was they were metaphorical ones, and they were more at myself than at Wale. They were not directed at Wale whatsoever. It was just at me. But it was a mindset.
Don't be hitting Wale.
He's a good lad. He's a very good lad. So no, it's just at myself. But that was the attitude and the mindset that I'm trying to get, and I think I have, and I think that's a good place to finish the show. What do you reckon?
I like to extend things. This occasion, give me one more.
Go on, take it.
I've got one question for you, Nick. One question, which I know everyone listening and everyone watching, they're desperate for.
Go on.
Why? Why are we creating content? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this on Bank Holiday Monday in the UK? We're spending our time. It's a beautiful day outside. We're spending our time doing this over doing anything else. Why are we doing it? Because I think
we're complete anoraks and we're just enjoying the process.
Let's leave it there. One little beautiful extra snippet of information, which is Seth Godin is incredibly generous with his time. He's absolutely remarkable man, gives a huge amount, so much value constantly to so many people around marketing and growth and like product and learning and all this awesome stuff. He says, and he's so generous with his time, he'll go on pretty much anybody's podcast, but he has one measure, which is you have to have published 100 shows. Now we're on 44. We've got to get to 100 and then we can legitimately ask Seth Godin to appear. Wouldn't he be an amazing person for the first guest?
That would be huge.
That's probably not going to happen.
That would be
but
huge.
We're getting on for halfway there, bro.
I think we're doing
right.
really well. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me. I want to thank all of you that have been watching these videos, or if you're listening on Spotify or podcasts, Apple Podcasts. I want to say thank you for supporting us. It means a lot to us. We're really enjoying the process. We hope you enjoyed listening, and we look forward to seeing you on next week's episode of the Spen and Nick Show. But until then, please please subscribe. It means a lot to us. It helps us with the algorithm. It just means a lot. So that's pretty much it, right?
Absolutely. Let's leave it there. Thank you so much.
See you later, everyone.
See you next time.